And we are back once again. Please let us know if there's anything still going on with the stream. Hopefully those improvements will stop the stuttering. But straight back into the action, as it does look as though everybody has got past Lepson now. He's now back down to P10. So everything worked out in the end with that jump start. You see Ace Boy getting past his teammate. Looks as though there may be some team orders there. And definitely Bot putting himself up into P4 in a very unusual place on the track. Not a normal overtaking place for sure.
Yeah, stream is looking a bit better, I think.
Great news.
Yeah, hopefully that's just sorted. Always some teething problems as always, but we always get there in the end.
We still should catch the majority of the race and all the good action. But yeah, this is the first time that I've been streaming, so it's important to get these kinks worked out. At some point we did test the stream, but not well enough by the looks of things. See here, Lepson is very, very slowly making his way all the way down to the back of the grid again. It's unfortunate. It's definitely Bot. Gets up into P3 down the main straight. He's on a charge at the moment. Up 9 places. Ace Boy as well. Up 12. Nico up 11 places.
Alrighty then. Okay, so yeah, let's get up to speed then. Yeah, the Racing Point are looking pretty good here, but definitely Bot is he's keeping him within 2 seconds at the minute. See that that's going to keep an eye on that gap. But Danny as well. Danny within DRS of definitely Bot, so he's doing pretty good. That's the top 4 who are all medium runners.
This is going to show the power of the medium-hard strategy, essentially, because these guys have already got past all the soft runners, and they're going to pit later as well. So, as Floor picks up a 3-second time penalty, ooh, that's going to be harsh, and Nick as well. As we start, a few penalties going to start coming in, flying in now, as we on lap 6. As Kane just makes his way around the final corner, he's already created a 5-second gap in 7 laps, so that's pretty good pace from him.
Yeah, he's driving his way to Tier 1 right now. I think those guys are right. We Tier 2, Tier 1. I think he does drive no assist, so hopefully we'll see him up in Tier 1 on Saturday. But I'm seeing Nick is the first of the soft runners right now to pit. Ever snacks a lot, getting a free second time penalty. He was one of those guys that lost out in the first few laps there. He's down in P14 at the minute.
Yeah, I think he may have been the horse that was turned around by the carnage. So yeah, unfortunately for enemy kill ever snacks a lot, he's fallen victim to incidents on the track again. But recovery drives are possible here. It's not impossible to get back into it. So fingers crossed he can just keep it together and keep his head down and make up a few positions. He's not too far off the points. See here. Let's see if we've got any action on track. So Tilda's very close to the back of Dr. Uther at the moment. Let's see if we follow that for a bit. He's most likely going to wait and make the move on the straight, but he does look like he's being held up here by Dr. Uther.
He definitely is, yeah, but he has to be patient for this section. It's not really overtaking spot anywhere for Sector 2. It's really the start-finish rate is the only place he can pass unless the guy ahead makes a mistake here, but he's definitely getting held up here. He's losing a lot of time behind Dr. Ufer. Dr. Ufer looks like he's about to pit, and he does indeed, so Tilda be very thankful of that.
Yeah, so he's the last of the soft runners to pit now as well. Yeah, but definitely Bot and Danny both gaining onto Floor at the moment, and the gap between Floor and Kane isn't increasing anymore either.
That's interesting, that sure is. And guys in chat are saying, can we get some tire info up? But just to give you a kind of overview, it's basically top 4 or mediums, 7-lap mediums. Ace Boy is the only guy in hards. He's actually made a pretty good recovery from his initial incidents there. He's currently P5, only 6 seconds behind Danny in P4.
Yeah, he's done very well to keep mainly out of trouble. I think he maybe got caught up in some kind of incident in lap 1, but it wasn't too serious. And yeah, he's now definitely Bot is now right on the back of Floor coming in to the last sector. So I'm guessing he's going to try and make a move for P2 here, and look to try and put the hammer down as Kane's just flown away now and gain a second almost on floor. Let's see if Definitely Bot can get past here and then start to close in that gap. But yeah, it looks like it may be too far back here, but possibly look to get one done into get the move done into turn 2. As we see a penalty there picked up as Zeiken leaves the session. Not sure what's happened there. Maybe it's just a DC. But it's an unfortunate race from Zeiken. I mean, down to P19 after a very good qualifying. Very unfortunate for him.
And interestingly, Definitely Bot has 80% DRS, and Flaw is really using up
we've got Tilda
all of it.
Nico going side by side into turn 2. Teammates not getting team orders by the looks of things, but Tilda still stuck behind. But it does look as he's being held up by his teammate at the moment, as he goes a little wide into turn 4 and loses some time there. But it looks as though he could be getting past Nico in the next start-finish straight. But we are starting to see, as I said, gaps forming, larger gaps forming across the field. But definitely got an interesting battle for the top 5, 6. I mean, at this moment in time, top 5, 6 are all up for grabs, kind of thing. Anything can happen at the top here. You see if Definitely Bot can possibly get this move done on the straight this time. He's much closer to floor for this run, so it should be an easy move.
Yeah, it's all about this exit from the last corner. It looks pretty tight at the minute, and this ERS, DRS overtake's gonna, yeah.
And he moves it and gets it done. Very easy. Shaka picks up a time penalty. We're seeing those time penalties fly in now. He gets the move done very early before that corner, and he will get DRS again for this second part because they're both the same trigger point. So
yeah, it's cruel. It's cruel that you get overtaken and then you see the guy ahead of you open up that DRS and you're like, no, why?
Yep, there's not much chance of catching somebody once they overtake you on the main straight with the second DRS unless they make a mistake. But
Nico Tild side by side for turn 2 as well. These guys they're going at it. There's no team orders today for Red Bull.
Definitely not, no. And Tilda's struggling to get past him here. Nico's just not allowing him past. It looks as though they're quite evenly matched on pace. Maybe Tilda's edging it. But good racecraft from them both to not crash. As now we can see whether or not Definitely Bot is going to be able to reel in Kane at the top. You see, keep an eye on
the
this
gap.
battle.
Gap's kind of increased. It was 5.2, now 5.7. So Definitely Bot not able to. It's kind of going up and down now.
It may just be dependent on who's quicker at which part of the track and things. You kind of got to look at it on a lap by lap basis, I suppose. But Dr. Uther went on the softs.
Sorry, Kebab. Till went out down the inside, penultimate corner there. And I think, is Nico pitting? Yeah, Nico's had enough. He's decided going to go for the undercut and yeets it into the pits. So Tild up to P6.
That is a relatively early pit on the mediums, to be honest. It can go another 5 or 6 laps, I suppose. But one interesting point here is Dr. Uther went for a second set of soft, so he's doing soft by the looks of things so far. Very interesting strategy. We'll see how that plays out later. As Nick gets a move done on Lepson. I think he's been allowed past just in sector. No, you got past on sector 1. So yeah, turn 1. So Ezeroglu there making up a few places as well.
Nico coming out in P12 in the midst of traffic here. He will have the fresher tires on, but he's got Dr. Uther on 2-lap-old soft, so he'll probably want to get past him pretty quickly. Yeah,
and he's going to get excellent traction compared to the hards. The hards are going to take a lap or so to warm up, so he's almost certainly going to get past them very quickly.
Yeah, the only problem is he's trapped behind Nico here. Oh, and he touches the curb of death, and he survives somehow, but that allows Eversnacks to get up alongside him, and yeah, Eversnacks gets a position there. Yep. Nicely done from Eversnacks. Just opportunist move there, and it paid off.
Yep, he's keeping his head down. He's taking it one lap at a time, and he's moving his way back towards the points. As we've got Ezeroglu looking close to Boosted Mess at the moment, who's having a good race at the moment so far, but the P10 still. He's keeping things clean. It's, yeah, he's another new driver. Remember, TV picks up his second penalty of the day, I think. I think this has not been his race. It's a shame to say Mehmet TV is really struggling in this game so far. From what I've seen last year, he was impressively quick. And this year, it's just not seeming to come together for him in 2020. As Ezeroglu does get past Boosted Mess on the straight there, but we've got a 3 wide possibly coming in here as Nico gets past Boosted Mess at the same time. Yep, move done. So Boosters Mess keeping things clean and safe on track, but his pace is lacking a bit. Let's see if we've got... Nick and Tosca are also very close together on track as they come into the chicane at turn 6. There's not going to be a move in the S's, I don't think. Yeah, as Kane is definitely creating a gap.
Eversnax is off, one wide, and that's allowed him to drop 2 positions to X Crystals and Dr. Ufer. And X Crystals really has not really been anywhere in this race so far, but starting to creep up the ranks here on these hard tires.
He did have to pit early on, though, did he not? So I think he was he was involved in maybe the first lap antics, and he's got the pace to get back into the points here. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to ever going to be able to compete for the top 5, 6, 7, 8 spots or so.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now he's thinking Dr. Ufer on these sauce can drag him forward and gain him a lot of time here with his DRS as Boosters Mess is about to come under attack again. I think it's going to be another double overtake for on Boosted Mess here. So Boosted Mess moves over and kind of concedes the position. He knows what's coming.
Yep.
Oh, and actually keeps the position, but might come under attack here as he approaches turn 2. Both these guys behind him are going to have DRS, and yes, he backs out of that move. Lets both cars by. Dr. Ufer just sliding through there.
Yep, taking advantage of that door being open there. Just says thank you very much and squeezes through on the inside behind.
Oh, and Eversnax as well. Just flew up the outside. Not really an overtaking spot, turn 4, but somehow made it stick there. Eversnax absolutely just yeeted it.
Yeah, Boosted Mess struggling a bit for race pace here by the looks of things.
Oh, and he just, yeah, Boosted Mess is round, just as you said that. Now down in P17, so that's going to cost him a lot of time. That spin, and his tires will not feel good right now. They're going to be pretty much like jelly out there.
Yeah, if you do have a spin on this track, the tires overheat so quickly because they're already running at high temperatures throughout the race anyway. So if you do spin, you have got to take it easy for a little bit, otherwise you're just going to go straight off again. I think we saw that yesterday in Tier 3 to SRL as well. But it looks as though we have got a Zyken back as well, so fingers crossed he can keep his head down and make up some places. He's definitely got the pace to do it. He did start P2.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys out there right now who are just praying every lap. Come on, give me a safety car, please.
Yep, as Mehmet TV makes a move onto Shaka. Gets it done nice and cleanly. Oh, Shaka's fighting him back.
Yeah.
Yep, but with the DRS, and he's, yeah, even with the DRS on the inside, he's managed to keep it safe around the outside there. Oh, he's gone very wide though and lost it. Unfortunate. But yeah, he's still fighting it into turn 4. This is an interesting battle. Who's going to back out coming into turn 4? Nobody. Shaka goes very wide there, but gets the place done. Very, very brave move from Shaka to defend his position.
Shaka,
as Mehmet TV gets a bit of a wobble there and loses a position.
Oh, and with a yellow flag in Sector 1, it's Kane. Kane is span. And this is just what I was thinking about. There's a lot of people in chat going, oh, this guy's going to run away with it. But anytime I've seen him in a race, he has had a spin. He has had a spin, and this is what I was wondering. And his tires right now are on fire, and he's dropping a lot of time here. He's P3 now.
And yeah, so, he's quickly getting up at the back of him as well. And yeah, that's the thing. That was a totally uncalled for spin as well. Not to kind of put too much pressure on the guy, but he was out in the lead, well ahead. He was under no pressure, still made a mistake. So yeah, it's not all about who's the quickest on the track. It's also about racecraft, consistency, stability. All of these things come into play. So yeah, we've got a very interesting shake-up now as Ace Boy close to the back of Kane and does get past him by the looks of things in the S's. I think Kane just lets him have it because his tyres are possibly ruined. He may look to pit now. As Tilda now up to P5. Crystals picks up a 3-second time penalty that could maybe cost him some points come the end of the race. But Tilda's doing very well up into P5 at the moment.
And Terror's pointing out, and I just noticed it myself here, he's got damage, his Kane. So he's came out of turn 1, put the throttle on too early, or got on the curb, and it spat him out into the wall. Yep. So this is just absolute nightmare scenario for Kane. He's got a lot of time to make up from this one, and I don't think he's gonna get the race win now because of it.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because he's really hoping for somebody else to make a mistake. But shout out now to Danny, to SRL Danny, who's now found himself in the top spot with a 9.5 second gap to P2, and he's got the racecraft and the consistency there to keep and hold on to that spot. Yeah, so great stuff from him. As Tiezeroglu gets himself up into P8 now as well, so a great recovery drive for him after the early lap.
Kane coming out in P11 behind X Crystals. That's how much time that whole episode cost him there.
Yeah.
He's going to want to get up to speed as soon as possible. Here he is on fresher tires than X Crystal, but X Crystal not going to be moving over for him anytime soon.
No,
so
I've battled with X Crystals before on track myself, and he does not give positions lightly. He will fight it, and it's possible that we could end up seeing an incident between the two if Kane goes for this aggressively. But hopefully they can keep it clean and behave themselves on track.
Yeah, it's definitely bought. I missed that. Definitely, I'm gonna let you call it there, but definitely bought pitted. He came on P3, and Danny now in the pits as well. So where is Danny gonna come out? Definitely bought is on the start-finish straight right now, so he's gonna get that position back. So how far will Danny be behind him? Looking like it's gonna be at least 3, 4, or 5 seconds, possibly.
Maybe just a 2 by the looks of things. So yeah, he's done well on his in and out lap, there to keep that gap as low as possible. Within 2 seconds, he can definitely use some resources there to catch up and get to DRS. Yeah. And
yeah, just Terror's asking for the tire info again. The audience are very demanding. You'll learn this, Kebab. They keep you on your toes. But yeah, Kane is on fresh hards at the moment out there.
Yeah, he did start on the medium, so he doesn't have a choice in which tire he's going to go to there. But he is quickly making up positions. Already on the back of Nico. Is it worth mentioning? Zygons got himself back up into P12, but he still needs to pit, I think. If we have a look at the stops, no, he has pitted once already, so maybe he can get to the hard on the end on the hards. But the only person not to pit so far is Ace Boy, so it'll be interesting to see where he can, where he comes out once he does pit, which he doesn't this lap. He decides to stay out. But yeah, the tyre info is back on the screen now for anybody crew chiefing.
And I'm looking at Nick in P4 here. Is he going to have to pit again? He's already stopped. He's got 9 lap mediums on, 10 lap now. They're not going to last until the end of the race, so he's going to have to pit again, is Nick?
Definitely not. No, I mean, I'm not sure which tyre he started on. I'm guessing it was the soft if he's pitted already, unless he started on mediums and pitted lap 1. But I don't think he would have been involved in any of those incidents lap 1 because he wouldn't be in P4 if he was. But yeah. Danny looking in a good position now as well with the extra lap on definitely bot, and he isn't getting away from Danny either. You see Nico closing in now on Kane, or Kane's got past Nico, sorry. So
yeah, he's got past X Crystals as well there, so I think X Crystals is struggling a little bit on these old hards. He'd be thinking about pitting sometime soon, I reckon. Yeah. As you can see Kane there, look at the gap he's got already. He's up P7 on these hards. I don't think the race win is within his grasp now. He's about, what is that, about 20 seconds, maybe, yeah, it's even more than 20 seconds off
27, 27 seconds, but it's closing fast. But yeah, I mean, he's going to have to make up maybe a second or two per lap on the leader to get the win, and I don't think that's possible. I was saying that it's only 22 seconds because Ace Boy does have to pit, so he's not really in contention at the moment. But impressive drive from Ezeroglu so far after that first lap, getting taken out in the first lap. He's already back up to P6. Not bad, but Kane quickly on the back of him as well. Doesn't look as though he's got DRS for this run, but it's going to be interesting to see how Kane can get this overtake done on Ezeroglu if he doesn't get it on the DRS, because he's almost certainly going to catch him throughout the lap.
Oh, and X Crystals and Nico come together there. Turn 1, X Crystal looked like he had a bit of a run, but yeah, Nico not for moving over. And Eversnack's coming out of the pits as well. He's dropped down the order, coming out around about P15.
Yep.
On mediums.
Needs to make those tyres work for him now. He's got the freshest tyres, and he can go to the end on the mediums from there, certainly. So he needs to really put the hammer down and see if he can get back. Well, even getting back into the points might be a tall order for him with the calibre of the drivers in front of him at the moment. But yeah, as Icon's just plodding along at the moment as well, looking tight for points. But I think he will have to pit again as well So
Yeah, I was just looking at them. I mean, I'm not sure how far the hards can go. Can they go to the end, possibly? I mean,
uh,
they
I
are.
I did 18 laps on them yesterday, and they were about 40 to 50%. So they can
Yeah.
maybe go another 3 or 4 laps and that. So I definitely don't think they can do the 30 laps that he wants them to do. So I'm thinking he's almost certainly going to have to pit again for softs near the end. So it could be a soft, hard, soft strategy for him today. And maybe he might have been better going for the soft, medium, soft.
And Ace Boy's coming out of the pits just ahead of T. Ezeroglu and Kane. He's coming under attack already from Ezeroglu. Oh, and Kane, actually, yeah, Ezeroglu won wide there at turn 1, so Kane was able to go past him already. And Ace Boys and Kane are fighting hard. This is for track position right now, because Ace Boys, he's on these medium tires. He wants to get them up to speed pretty quickly. He can't afford to get overtaken here by Kane on these older hard tire compounds.
Definitely not. Yeah, sorry. Did not mean to interrupt you there, but yeah.
No, I'm just trying to take this in because I think Ace Boys, yeah, that was key for him to stay ahead of Kane there. But Kane could use this to his advantage. You know, Ace Boy's going to be pretty pacey on these mediums, so Kane is either wanting to get past him ASAP or just kind of use the pace that Ace Boys has. Oh, Kane looks like he's going to go for a move down the inside, and he does. And bit of a argy-bargy move there, elbows out and pushes Ace Boys out of the way. Might have the stewards look at that one after the race, but it gets the move done. He's up to P5 now, and his teammate is ahead by 7 seconds. So Kane in damage limitation mode, and I think he just caused a bit of damage to Ace Boys. If not from wing damage, then he's
psychological damage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
As Tilda gets past Nico there as well. Oh no, Nico's. No, I'm not sure what's happened there.
Oh, Danny picking up a 3-second time penalty there. That might be key at the end of the race.
At the moment, it's looking as though he's got the gap to P3 for that not to matter. But yeah, certainly worth having a look at the penalties to see how those are playing out. I'm almost certain definitely Bot hasn't got one. So he's looking in a commanding position to win this race at the moment.
Yeah, he's got one warning to his name. Nick has one penalty, and Flaw has quite a collection of penalties at the minute. It looks like at least 2.
That is something that I've seen from Flo in the past. He does pick up penalties on a regular basis, even on tracks sometimes where you wouldn't expect to pick them up so heavily. So unfortunately, that probably is going to cost him quite a few points come the end of the race.
And Kane just got his tire on the curb there, and it cost him massively as Ace Boys was able to sneak past him, but Kane fighting the move, and Ace Boys actually got that done, but Ace Boys going to come under a lot of attack here as he's now going to have Kane up with DRS and the ERS behind him.
Yeah.
And Ace Boys going defensive here in the turn 1. Yeah, Kane going for the switchback move, slips it up the inside, ERS, DRS, and it's pretty much done at this point. But yeah, Kane making little mistakes here and there.
Yeah, he's possibly trying too hard to get back into the race, and it's causing him to just slip up here and there. Nico and Tilda have been battling for almost the whole race. even after pitting at separate laps and things like that kind of thing, they're still right beside each other on track. Their pace is incredibly close.
Saw Nico get a time penalty there, but Nico making his way past a great lamppost, lapped car, ghosted.
Yep. It's great lamppost, 30 seconds behind now of the other cars. And Booster's messed right back down to the bottom of the pile as well, unfortunately, as Lepton as well, after his jump start, all holding the back of the field up.
We've got Nick from P3 pitting. I'm also looking at this battle between Torska, Shaka, and Mema TV, P12, 13, and 14. Running pretty close here.
Yeah.
It's
following on the back of Torska. Looks like Shaka could possibly get a move done on Mema TV here, but maybe Torska can follow through as well. Yeah. This looks like the best battle we've got on track at the moment, and we've got Dr. Uther behind them as well, also within DRS. So we've got a nice little train going here. But as I mentioned before on this track, it's not a DRS train track, so you'll quickly find out once somebody gets past here, they'll quickly make a break for it. Ooh, Dr. Uther gets very close. Shaka's still not getting the move done. Yeah.
Shaka, he's got quite a collection of ARS in the tank there. So I guess it's just about using that wisely and effectively.
Yeah, I'm surprised
smart.
you didn't try that move there on the straight, because I mean that's really one of the few places you can make a move here. As Eversnacks picks up a 3-second penalty as well. His race has just fallen away from him yet again. It's unfortunate. Yeah, as Ace Boy looks as though he's just dropping out from Kane now. So Kane, even on the hards, outpacing Ace Boy on the mediums. Very impressive. As Dr. Uther picks up a time penalty here as well, just running a little wide at the end of the S's. Yeah, let's see if Shaka can possibly get the move done, as I pressed the wrong button. Oh, what happened there?
Yeah, my TV, I think there's a bit of contact there, just send him out, so he's starting P15. But yeah, up front, Dr. Uther and Torska going to have DRS on Shaka here. Shaka got a lot of ERS, not using overtake at the minute, at the end of the run here, so it's holding on to the position for now.
Yep, I don't think he needed to use it there, to be honest, but yeah, if he's got a lot of ERS, it doesn't look as though Torska does, and Dr. Uther, yeah, only on 44%, so yeah, he should be looking to try and break away from these guys now and drop the DRS from them, otherwise he's going to be under pressure, more pressure than he needs to be under, essentially. But they are staying close to him through the sectors. It doesn't look as though he's deploying much at all. Oh, there's contact there.
Dr. Yeah, just tagged Torska in the back right tire there. Lucky not to send Torska flying.
Yeah, well held by Torska. No damage for Dr. Uther, so they both get away with that one. But Mema TV still on the back of them all as Shaka picks up a 3-second time penalty now. Starting to see those penalties fly in thick and fast. As we've got Nick on the back of the 2 Red Bulls here. I don't think he's going to be close enough to make a move, but Tilda might make a move on his teammate. Nico goes defensive and holds on to it for the time being. Alright, looks of things, but yeah, Tilda not giving up that easily. He tries to take the inside for turn 2, and with that little lock up there from Nico, he might get it done, but nope, Nico holds it. Yeah, what a battle these two are having on the track at the moment, the 2 Red Bull guys. They've just been at it non-stop. Yeah, as Torska does finally fall off the back of Shaka's DRS, so he's going to come under pressure from Dr. Uther now.
Oh, look at this. Ace Boy's got past Kane. Kane's made another mistake, and look how far Ace Boys has got ahead of him already. 2.2 seconds. So Kane, again, making these errors that are just costing them massively.
Yeah, and I think a couple of them have been totally unforced errors as well. So, yeah, 1 lap pace doesn't count for everything, obviously. So yeah, as we've seen that before in this tier as well, because X Crystals tends to have the best 1 lap pace in this tier, we've noticed in the past. But it's all about keeping it clean throughout the race and not taking risks where you don't need to. So yeah,
I think you're right. I have a sneaky suspicion that Kane, when he had that first spin, it was due to him going for the fastest lap of the session. That's just a hunch.
Possibly.
I don't know for sure, but yeah, it seems like he was just pushing too hard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he was pushing so hard, because he did have a sizable gap out in front, but at the moment...
Oh, look at Kebab, Nico and Tild. They're going at it again, side by side for turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, maybe turn 4. No. Tild actually getting ahead now, so Tild now in the lead of this battle. Oh, Nico getting a tank slapper on, coming out of turn 4. So easy to lose it there. So easy. So well saved from Nico.
Yeah, well done to kind of react so quickly there to that. But it looks as though Nick wants to be past these guys as quick as possible. And it's going to be difficult considering they're running so close together, because the car in front of him is always going to have DRS on that straight. So it's going to be extremely difficult for him to get past. And he's very low on ERS he is as well, Nick. So it's going to be interesting to see how he gets this done. There's Dr. Uther and Torska still fighting, but it looks as though they're not going to do things on track. Ooh, that was close to contact there from Nick. As Nico braked early. Let's see if Nick can get anything done here on the straight. Both of them get DRS. it doesn't look as though he's closing in very quickly at all. So no, yeah, it doesn't look as though he's going to be able to get the move done. Oh, he hits the back of Nico there, gets away without any damage.
Is he going to send it on the inside? He will have the better tires here. They should hold on the inside line here. But yeah, Nico just doing everything he can to hold on to his position right now. Nico's fallen off, tilted a little bit here.
Yeah, because he's fighting with Nick, he's going to lose out on that DRS now, I think. So maybe Nick can get it done in the next DRS straight, on the main straight. But Danny is slowly falling off the back of Definitely Bot, and Danny has a penalty as well, so it looks as though it is a one-horse race, but not the horse that we were thinking it was going to be.
100%, yeah, and I'm actually really impressed with Danny's pace. I mean, to be able to hold on to Definitely Bot, he is losing a bit of time each lap, but he's there or thereabouts, and I think Danny is just one of these guys we're just going to see progressively getting better and better. Yeah, as the races go on here, and I'm surprised with Nick and P9 here are struggling so much on these mediums. Mediums should have a bit of, should be much better than these old hards and Nico and Tilder are currently running. But he just can't get past them.
The problem is with this track, because I had this yesterday with a slower driver in front of you. There's nothing you can do about it. You've got to wait until the right opportune moment to get past. So even with the tyre advantage, it's not a big enough advantage to maybe get a move done anywhere other than the main straight. So he's got to be patient, wait for the DRS, and if the guy in front of you, even on the harder tyre, has got a lot of ERS, it's very easy to defend against that move because you know where it's going to come and how it's going to come. Which is what makes Hungaroring such a technical and difficult track to race at.
And there's a big battle forming here. We've got P3 Flaw, Ace Boys catching up on him, Kane catching up on Ace Boys, X Crystal. Oh, he's 10 seconds back. But anyway, there's 3 car battle here, Foreman.
Yeah, I've got my eye on that as well. Yeah, it looks as though Kane looking to have another battle with Ace Boy again. But these two guys are definitely quicker than Flaw in front of them. So I wonder what Flaw is going to do here. Is he just going to let them pass and race his own race? As Ace Boy makes a move down the inside here now. Definitely wants to get that move done well before Kane can. And gets it done. And is Kane going to look at this now as well? He's looking at the inside of his teammate.
Ooh. Bit of contact there. Yeah, these guys
get away with it.
Get away with it for now, but that was a bit too close for comfort there.
Yeah, as Mema TV retires, left the session.
And
in the
Nick,
pits, I think.
Nick passed Nico, so Nick finally passed Nico for P8. He's now got Tilde ahead of him.
So, yep, he needs to clear Tilde now as well, otherwise he's going to come under pressure from Nick again. Nico again, so and Nick, he was running quite much higher up here, so he wants to be further up in the points than this, I suppose. He gets very close to that curb. I do not take that as such a tight line around there. Personally, that curb scares the life out of me. But have you noticed a lot of people take turn 2 curb quite aggressively and touching that curb? And I honestly think that is a mistake, especially when you're overtaking. It slows you down too much, I think.
Yeah, what I found from yesterday's race is like the focus is on this race is 35 laps, and there's a lot of corners you really need to nail if you want to have good pace, and to do that 35 laps, be consistent is very, very hard. Just one kind of laps concentration, and that'll just give you
Kane's off again.
Penalty. Oh, Kane again off. Was there contact?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea if he was making a move or not, but he's around again, and yeah, we know what Kane needs to work on. It's certainly not his pace. But
and he's off again, and those tires are they're on fire at the minute, and he's parked in a really precarious position here. Oh, and he's actually just reversed off the track there, and
that's costing a lot of positions,
massively, and it'll cost him even more to get these tires back to the normal temperature range. P11 at the minute. This is going from worse to worse, and he can't even turn in for turn 4 at all. Oh! I just saw he's having lag. Actually, I'm just noticing. Yeah,
he's off again. Yeah,
I think he's having some technical issues maybe there.
Possibly. It could just be that his tires are 110 degrees, and he's trying to race with them like that, but. That puts Zagan back in the points now. good recovery drive from him if he gets back in the points. Same with Ezeroglu as well, who's caught up the back of Nick now as well. So we've got a couple of trains forming here as we come in at the last 5 laps of the race.
Yeah, Ezeroglu has made a really good comeback. He's just been grinding out these laps, and he's got himself to P8. He's in touch with P6 right now, so this race isn't over for him. He still has to get the hammer down here and make the most of it. As Nick gets past Tild, what a nice move in turn 1. And Ezeroglu is going to go for a move as well.
Yep, he's got the outside for this corner, which I think is the better side to be on, as long as the guy on the inside doesn't lock up and yeet you off the track, and he gets it done. Nice. So yeah, now we've got the Nico's got 2 seconds to make up to start the battling between the Red Bulls again. It certainly does, with his penalties as well, it certainly does look as though we've got our podium at the moment. It doesn't look as though that's going to change anytime soon, because I don't think Aceboy can catch the 15 seconds to Danny. But I have to say, very impressed with Danny's race today. He's kept it clean, he's raced his own race, and looks like he's going to get himself a P2. See if we can find some action on track here. Looks like Dr. Uther very close to the back of Torska. These guys have been fighting for a while now, but Dr. Uther doesn't seem to be able to get the move done. I wonder if he... Oh, Dr. Uther gets a big Tanz clapper there after hitting the grass out of the chicane at turn 6. Zyken is also close on the back of Nico now as well, so let's see if he can make a move down the main straight with ERS. He's got 90% ERS still.
Wow.
Zyken. That is extreme management of ERS. That's unbelievably good.
We've got ourselves a hoarder, yeah.
Yeah. It looks as though he's not going to deploy and get past him here, no. So that's an interesting decision. I would have wanted to get past Nico as quick as possible here, especially with all of that ERS in the bank. There's Ezeroglu now on the back of Nick still. He's definitely closing in on him.
Yeah, and I'm going to have a wee look at penalties here, but I know definitely Bot has got 0 penalties. 1 warning to his name, which is quite impressive on this track. Danny's got 1 penalty and 1 warning, and I believe Aceboy's just 1 warning at this time. Flo has a bunch of penalties. X Crystals has at least 1 penalty. Nick 2 penalties. So Ezeroglu actually has 0 penalties. So he's looking pretty for P6 at least here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to make up the gap to X Crystals, but it's a good recovery drive from Ezeroglu. I've been very impressed with how quickly this guy's improved since he joined the league. When he first joined, he was involved in a few questionable incidents, shall we say. But he very quickly has cleaned himself up, as he doesn't get the move done on Nick yet. But he's going to look on the inside. No, he's not going to get it done now.
He had a look there, yeah. He's very pacey here, yeah. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets past Nick. And Shaq again with another time penalty. It's not often you see so many time penalties come from Shaq.
Yeah, I might have to take credit for this one on Shaq, to be honest, because very recently, last couple of weeks, there's boosted messes round in turn 5. Looks like he maybe hit the wrong curb, and that allows Ezeroglu to get right past Nick, because Nick had to slow down for the car in front of him, thinking that if you unghost now, I'm going to die. So I understand that feeling, because I don't trust the ghosting system every time in this race, because every now and again a sideways car on the track just you smash straight into it, and it's not nice. As Kane's looking to make another move now, as yeah, it looks like Kane's race is just unfortunately totally over at this stage. I don't think he's going to get back into the points even. So a guy who was looking at T1 pace, a good 2, 3, 4 tenths faster than anybody on a slower tyre, isn't going to finish in the top 10.
Nick too far back and Ezeroglu to make the move. Oh, he goes really deep into turn 1. It's going to cost him on a run out to turn 2 here. So Ezeroglu holding on to this P6 position for now.
Yep.
And Kebab, I'm sorry, but Tara's asking again for tire info.
Tire info. So now we've got Kane on softs, Shaka on softs as well. So I missed him pitting for the softs. I'm guessing he maybe went for a hard soft strategy. Possibly. But 10 seconds off the next car, I don't think he's going to make it up in the last lap. The last 2 laps, sorry. Yeah, so what we've got here, Nick and Ezroglu, the closest battle on track at the moment. Eversnack's close to the back of... oh no, he's not close to... Yeah, he gets past Chaka actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, with their lap cars. So definitely bought just lapped Eversnacks and Shaq, but Eversnacks getting past Shaq. That's what I was saying about Eversnacks. He's another guy, very good one lap pace here, but over the course of a race, he does tend to get himself into incidents, and he's racing quite hard against Definitely Bot here. This is not something I'm a fan of personally, as I race cockpit view, and having a ghosted car merge with your car for a corner is not my idea of fun.
It's definitely not. Yeah, I used to race cockpit view, but I did change just because I used to get in a lot of incidents with the cockpit view because I couldn't see the car next to me. So I changed to the TV pod view to help with that. But yeah, I understand that feeling definitely when a ghost car comes through the back of you and you didn't know that it was going to come. It really gets the old sphincter squeezing, should we say? Yeah. So yeah, but I kind of see both sides of it because Eversnacks, they're getting very.
Oh, there we go. Definitely bought across the line. He wins the race. Danny,
yeah.
5 seconds behind. We might see a few position changes here down the order, but
X Crystals looks like he's made a mistake. He's off on the last lap, and he's going to lose all of his positions.
Oh no!
Oh, that's tragedy for X Crystals.
Oh no, the last lap, and it's probably going to cost him P10 maybe. I don't know where Kane is. He's not too far behind, but yeah, Flob actually picks up P4 then. Yeah, he's probably got the final podium position. Ezroglu crossing the line right now. Is happy with that. Yep. Comeback drive P5 only for him.
0.6 behind on penalties. So excellent stuff from Ezroglu. Maybe if you pushed a little bit harder, just half a second, you may have gotten it. Azaikin, another great drive from him to get himself back up to P9 after that first lap incident as well. And let's see if X Crystals can hold on to P10 here. He's got a puncture as well, but he's going to cross the line anyway. And Kane takes it. So Kane does end up back in the points by virtue of Crystals making a mistake.
Kebab starting soon screens on again. I hate to tell you.
I keep pressing the number one on the number pad because I'm so used to pressing the numbers on the number pad as opposed to. So I'm pressing the buttons to change drivers and changing the.
It's cool. Teething problems, but Ace Boy's driver of the day for Codemasters there. But yeah, it's an interesting one to talk about. Who will be the driver of the day? Any thoughts in chat for that one?
Yeah, chat. Let us know what you think. Who you think is going to be the driver of the day? I certainly want to give a shout out to Danny R620, sorry, because he had a flawless drive. Definitely also deserves a mention, but he wins driver of the day almost every week. So,
yeah,
but Ace Boy P18 to P3 is also impressive, but I think that's more down to his poor qualifying and the 5 grid penalty that he got in qualifying as well. What are your thoughts on driver of the day? Because there's a few contenders here, I think.
It's a hard one, isn't it, to kind of pick apart? I mean, Ezroglu, I did enjoy that comeback drive from him. You know, it looked like he was out of it after that first lap incident. P5.
I'd certainly agree with that as well, because if you think about the drivers who were around him at the time, Azaikin being one of them, he was ahead of Ezroglu in that incident. So obviously you don't know what happened exactly in the incident for each driver, but his recovery drive was incredibly impressive compared to Azaikin, and he didn't get a penalty either, so I definitely agree with Ezroglu for driver of the day. Impressive drive from him.
Yeah, I think we'll go with that for this one. Yeah, brilliant comeback from him, and shout out to the Red Bull guys as well. We thoroughly enjoyed that battle between you two, and hopefully more of the same in coming races.
Yeah, and those guys starting P15 and P19, getting in at the points at the end there. That's an impressive drive from both of them. It was an entertaining battle to watch throughout it as well, as we've got a fastest lap here of 4.7 seconds. I'm sure that's going to get removed. Anyway, let's see what we've got as we move on to the interviews.
Okay, so we've got a bunch of guys actually in here looking for a chat right now, so I think we'll bring in what do you think? We should bring in Kane and dissect his race.
Yep.
Hopefully hopefully he's not too down in the dumps after that one. But hi, Kane, you're joining us in the commentary booth. It's myself and Kebab here. So, just straight fresh from the Hungary race. Just want to find out what was your take on that race?
It was an interesting race. Obviously, the incident at the back of the grid, I think it was one of the McLaren spun. Obviously, that had impact. I thought I got a penalty for VSC, but I didn't. And then, yeah, it was obviously medium hard. Pitted lap 15. Tyres were gone. Tyres were dead. But yeah, it was an interesting race.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of guys in chat that were just saying, "Oh, Kane's going to run away with it. He doesn't belong here." Blah blah blah. And I was thinking, like, I know you're very fast, and we were talking last night about your pace, your kind of one lap pace. But do you find that this is a theme, where you would have incidents in races that cost you, like race wins like this, or is this something you're working on, or
Yes, it's something I'm working on. I used to race F1 2017 in like leagues on the Xbox, but then I had the 2-year break, come back in 2020. Yeah, the first spin, that was just down to the tyre wear. That's lap 14, 15. It was the lap I was coming in anyway. Just unluckily I hit the wall, so I spent another 5-6 seconds in the pits getting my front wing changed. But yeah, just to minimize spins, I think, is what I need to do, and not put traction too much down, because I'm running without assist. So it's just the key traction points I just need to improve on.
Okay, and yeah, like I say, if you watch that stream back, you'll see a lot of guys in chat just going, "Oh, this guy doesn't belong in here. He's going to finish." They're actually estimating how far ahead you would finish ahead. I think one person said 26 seconds ahead of everybody else, but
well, before I spun, I was like 7-8 seconds in front.
Yeah.
I think. But that quality time was insane on the mediums.
It was.
Yeah.
It was like, was it like 6/10 in front of a soft or something?
3 or 4 tenths in front of the nearest soft runner. Yeah, so it was definitely impressive one lap pace, but obvious where you need to improve. Yeah, what did you think of the pace of the drivers around you today? Because obviously you had a lot of battles on track as you made your way back through the grid 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 times. But then I thought to myself, why am I fighting for points? Like, all these guys are in they're all in the standings, and I'm obviously just the reserve, so I don't have a point standing. So I was like, well, I'll pit for softs anyway at the end of the Grand Prix, regardless of where I was finishing. I said it to Danny too, because I was in a voice call with him, saying, if I was first, I would let you have the win, because you deserve the points, not me. Obviously, there was, I think, twice I got blocked. I got blocked in quali, and then I got blocked by it was a lapped car, close to the end, I think it was, but it doesn't really matter. But everybody's paces, yeah, they are fairly quick. Obviously, I thought I could go a lot better without that spin. But yeah.
Almost certainly, yeah, almost certainly. But yeah, it was an impressive drive from you today. Have you got your eyes on a particular tier that you would want to race in, or are you constricted by days that you can't race and things like that?
No, I can race any day really, apart from Sunday.
Tier 1 it is then. So.
Tier 1 it is. Well, it depends where the competition is. I'll go where the competition is closest.
Well, Tier 1 is very, very competitive. Given your lap time today, I can. That's the kind of lap time that you would maybe look to expect in the top 10 in Tier 1 for our league. Yeah. So certainly give it a watch this week if you can, or possibly reserve if there's space and give it a try. But yeah, best of luck in future races with us.
Thank you very much, Kebab.
Yeah, Ken, thanks for the interview. We'll move you back into general chat and speak to you later.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Should we go with our driver of the day next?
Let's do it. Hey, Tiazaraglu, how are you, sir? Are you there? This is a commentator's worst nightmare.
Looks as though we haven't got him at the moment. Let's bring in Danny instead and come back to Tiazaraglu if we can.
Yeah, okay. So Danny, you're joining us in chat. It's myself and Kebab here, just fresh from the race, and P2 great finish from you. Bunch of points in the pocket. Just talk us through your race. How did you find it?
Well, hard quality on mediums. Did like 5 laps on them just to try and improve my time without going onto the softs, because I wasn't going to go soft hard because the hards would just take time to get in and then they would wear towards the end of the race. So started on the medium, brought the mediums to the normal point of 16, lap 16. Was nearly thinking going 17, but went in 16 anyway, and yeah, it was kind of played off because I got in behind, definitely bought by about 2 seconds or so. So then it was just a chase, and he was equal pace, so I wasn't gaining at all. So then I picked up a 3-second penalty, so 5 seconds finish. So yeah, it was tough but fun.
Yeah, that must give you some confidence, though, the fact that you're hanging on to the
The
jump.
championship leader, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, he's like the benchmark for this tier, so if you're holding on to that guy, you're obviously doing the right things. And I kind of called it in the stream. I said that you're one of the guys that I watch out for. I just see you getting better every race, Danny. So I'm expecting a race win sometime soon. Is there any tracks that you fancy coming up in the calendar?
Oh, I don't like Japan. Monza I do like. It's another high-speed track, so there's not many hard braking points. There's so much overtaking opportunities around Monza. I do like Brazil as well. Brazil is a nice track. It's quite a good towards the end of the season finisher. Could be deciding some championships, probably for the top 2 at this point, because they're quite close together. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Monza and Brazil.
Good stuff. And just checking the standings. Where are you in the standings at the minute? 5th, yeah. So P2, that will certainly bode you well. Tia Zergulio also, he's P4 at the minute, but he did have a pretty good finish there in P5. So you'll be pretty much up there, we're on about P4 at the moment. And I'm sure you're loving it whenever you see these race starts and there's a lot of carnage at the start and you're able to avoid all the incidents and you're thinking, hey, game on, more points for me today. But yeah, I mean, a fine performance for you throughout the race there, just that penalty as well. But I mean, it didn't actually cost you position in the end, so nothing too major. You're not going to have those dreaded what ifs, after the race. What if I didn't get a penalty? I could have been P1. But yeah, P2, man. Great finish from you, and looking forward to seeing how you do in the upcoming races, such as Spa. It's always a pretty decent race, that one. So yeah, thanks for joining us in the commentaries booth, and we'll speak to you next week, I'm sure, hopefully.
Yep.
Okay, Danny, catch you there, man. Okay then,
So we've got
who else?
Boosted Mess and Ever Snacks.
Yeah, let's get Boosted Mess, and it was his first league race in SLR. Yeah, so Boosted Mess, yeah, you're joining us in the commentators booth. You're live on stream at the minute with myself and Kebab. We're just talking about your race there. Just saying that it was your first league race in SLR, and really, you were talking about before the race, you were just focused on finishing this one and just getting this one under your belt. But how did you find it out there today?
Yeah, it was really good. That I quite enjoyed that. Like you said, I was just trying to get to the end of the race, try and have a clean race, try and stay out of mischief, and I feel like I've achieved that.
Yeah, at one point you were running like P10, and then I think you had a bit of a spin then, and it dropped you down a few positions. But yeah, I mean you completed your objective of finishing a race. You also weren't last, which is another good achievement. But yeah, I mean, is it onwards and upwards from this point? Are you just going to start drilling the tracks now and try and get a race seat, or how are you feeling about this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as a first experience, that was pretty much what I hoped it would be, and like I say, I managed to achieve what I wanted to achieve. So yeah, it'd be good if I could push on and yeah, see where I end up.
Yeah, it's a tough track to start out on. Hungary, it's a very technical track, very hard to overtake in. If you're off the pace or whatever, yeah, you'll get snapped up pretty easy on that start-finish straight. But we've got some really nice tracks coming up: Spa, Monza, to name a few. How are you feeling about those tracks, then?
yeah, a lot more confident I think than this one. This is probably one of my weaker tracks, but Spa I've had quite a bit of track time on, and Monza with the current esports qualifier being that event, it's one that I've been running a lot on as well.
Okay, so we're expecting great things from you in the future. Then,
Wow.
So don't put so
I
much
wouldn't
pressure
say
on
that,
there. Yeah, no pressure. You've got to get P1 next time out, or no, it's not good enough.
We'll see.
But no, I was impressed with your cleanliness in the race and how clean you kept things as cars overtook you or you overtook cars and things. But obviously that little incident really cost you a lot, and it's something that happens to me in races as well. So I'm hoping that in races in the future, if you're more confident in them, you can have a nice clean race.
Well, that's it. I mean, I'm just happy I managed to keep it out of the wall. I spanned twice, and on both occasions managed to keep it out of the wall. So
Yeah, that's the
didn't
main
cost
thing.
me any pit stops or whatever. So
Yep, something that
Yeah,
I've had to
happy.
work on for my own race as well. Stop spinning.
yes.
But it does mean that you kind of have to maybe sacrifice a little bit of pace to start with, kind of thing, to stop that from happening, kind of thing. But yeah, fingers crossed for you in the future.
Well, that's it. It's the long sweeping right just before the chicane that caught me out the second time. That was a bad one. Just touching that inside curve. You touch that, that's it. You're done.
Yeah, I was seeing a lot of people really taking a very tight line around that corner, and it's not something that I do because I'm so scared of that curb. I take a much wider line. And I don't think you need to get anywhere near the apex of that corner, but obviously today everybody felt as though that was necessary to get the extra half a tenth or so out of that corner, but it cost a few people, not just you.
Yeah, it's definitely something to work on.
Did you just say you didn't like Suzuka?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay.
I don't mind Suzuka. It's
That's all right. I
it's
just saw
really
Tara in chat said doesn't like Suzuka. Burn him.
That was Danny, I think. who was talking about that.
Right. I'm on a delay, so I am. But yeah, Boots of Mess, I was great. I mean, this is what this tier's all about. It really is about you guys coming in, just getting some track time, and then hopefully the idea is you're gonna develop and get better, and we're gonna see you rise up the ranks, and eventually one day be SLR champion.
No pressure.
No assist.
We'll see.
You've got 10 years, okay? So it begins now. The grind begins now. But it was a pleasure to see you on track, mate, and we'll hopefully get you a seat sorted for next time, and we'll see hopefully do well in Spa in the next round.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us in chat, and we'll speak to you again soon, I'm sure.
Thank you.
So I believe we have the driver of the day. He's now available, I believe. I've been messaging him, trying to get his attention. So T. Ezra Glue, are you there? Please don't do this to me.
Hello.
Hello again.
Hey, there he is. T. Ezra Glue. I don't know if you've got the news yet, but we awarded you driver of the day for what was a marvelous comeback drive. I mean, just talk us through it. I mean, we saw that incident in the first lap. You must have felt then, oh no, this is going to be another long, hard race. But you did really well. You just kind of got your head down and got P5 at the end. So just talk us through it. What was it like for you?
Well, first, good morning or evening to everyone who are watching. The start was a little bit strange because I tried to avoid everyone because I know that first corner is a little bit hard. But the rest of the corners was a bit little tricky, so I tried to avoid all the time. But after the sector 1, I was unlucky. The guy in front of me spun, and I lost my wing. And then the virtual safety car comes out. I thought that the safety car will be deployed, but it was a mess right there. But anyway, I tried to manage the best to change the wing, then to put the hard, of course, and then of the rest of the race, I suppose that maybe we'll have something like virtual safety car or safety car to grab more seconds. But even without that, I tried my best, and I come back to the 5th place.
Yeah, I have to say it was a very impressive comeback from you. I had written you off after the first lap incident, but I'm more and more impressed with how clean you keep things on track when there isn't a huge incident right in front of you. That is, because obviously you can't avoid everything. But yeah, your race pace is excellent, and you definitely tend to give plenty of space when you're overtaking or getting overtaken. That hasn't been happening to you a lot recently. You being overtaking, I mean. How do you feel about your chances in the drivers' championship though? Because at the moment you've come in late and you're very quickly catching up to the front guys in the championship. Is it something that you're aiming for? Is it just take it race by race, get as many points in each one?
Well, now the situation is very hard because definitely bot is flying away, but I'm trying to push to the limit for reach the rest of the grid, because I think I have the pace, and every race I try better and better. I was unlucky, but I never give up. So that's the motion for me, because I'm feeling that I'm gaining speed in every race. I don't know why, but I'm feeling very comfortable.
That's great to hear.
Something Kebab picked up on the race as well. He was talking about is we've noticed you improved not just your pace but like your racecraft. You know, I think whenever you first came in, there was a few incidents. You know, they were a bit questionable, but now we're seeing you race and it's like there's no real issues. You're putting clean moves on people, and yeah, I mean that was a great drive today. I think it was the best drive we've seen in SLR from you, up to P5. You know, from a very challenging start to the race. So GG, I think driver of the day is well deserved for you. And yeah, I mean we're on to Spa next. How are you feeling about that great track?
Well, for me, the best track of the calendar is after Austria. For me, is the Spa, because it has everything: a lot of braking, a lot of corners, historical corners, and a lot of speed. So it's easy to do a mistake, but it's easy to gain some places also if you are very cautious to everything.
Oh, we're looking at what's your target in the Spa race next time? Then, do you set yourself a target? I want to get podium, or I want to get P2 or P1. Do you do that, or is it just a case of let's just see how it goes on the day?
Well, to be honest, I hope to have a rain race on Spa, because on the dry race I don't have the pace to get a pole position, because I see that a lot of people here are very strong and very fast. So I will try my best with a good setup, but it's not easy for me to take the pole position. But in the race I will be more strong, to be honest.
Yeah,
For this.
I think that's the first person I've ever heard ask for rain in a race. Certainly confident in your rain ability to drive in the rain. It's not something that I would ever want at Spa. In fact, last year, in 2019, I crashed out at turn 1 because it was raining in Spa. So
I remember that because I'm a fan of Mika Hagen, and I remember all this with Coulthard. And it's very tricky. That circuit is for rain for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, kudos to you if you can do it in the rain, because I definitely can't. But yeah, fingers crossed if it is a rain race that we could see you finish high in the points. But definitely Bot. He hasn't put a foot wrong all season, so I got the feeling that he might be good in the rain as well. So yeah, looking forward to see you battle for the championship come the end of the season as well, because it looks as though you are catching people fast.
Yes, I'll try my best. Maybe sometimes I will be unlucky. Maybe some practice, maybe some guys are complaining about this. But every race I try to be more clean, because I don't know to have incidents. But to don't throw down my speed, to be honest. I try to manage that also.
Great. It's been great having you for the interview. Thanks for coming, and congrats on your driver of the day and a great race today, and best of luck next week.
Thanks a lot, but I think definitely Bot was the driver of the day, because it was so back to the grid. But okay, after all this incident, thanks a lot for this.
Oh, we try to make sure that the same driver isn't getting driver of the day, especially with a driver like definitely Bot is in the championship, and he very regularly starts on a harder tyre and makes up a lot of positions, and it would be kind of unfair to all of the other drivers if he just won driver of the day every week. So we do try and mix it up a bit, kind of thing. But I can understand your feelings surrounding that. But I think you definitely deserved it after you'd raced today. It was incredibly impressive to get back into it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I will speak to you later, Tiazerlu. And yeah, I think that's it for now. No more in the Corona Club waiting for an interview. So
yeah,
I think that rounds it up for the first race of Hungary in SLR this week. What an interesting race it was. No safety car in the end, which was quite surprising. Just the one BSC that I can remember anyway.
Yeah, that was surprising for me as well, but it was surprising that that one itself wasn't a full safety car, considering how much carnage we saw happen there. I'm very interested to start looking at the FIA reports to see exactly what happened now. But yeah, it's been a great entertaining race here at the Hungary Ring, and thank you everybody for all of your input and help with the stream, getting it on and go, and your patience while we dealt with a few issues. Yeah, and everybody enjoy your evenings and have a great one when we're back tomorrow with Tier 3, where me and Ocean Chief will both be in the driving seats next time.
Yeah, it's the big one. The big one. There's a lot of big names tomorrow. Terror, Hammer. He's pretty phenomenal form recently.
Yeah.
We've got Wimpy in there as well. Myself, you are there. Inferno Koi. There's a bunch of very fast drivers. Very competitive tier. So very much looking forward to that one tomorrow.
Yeah, I sometimes regret moving up into it, to be honest, because I was I was definitely getting more points per week in Tier 4. But yeah, I moved up because I wanted that competition and the tighter grid kind of thing. So I need to improve myself, not try and get everybody else to do badly. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hungary Rings, I wouldn't say it was my favourite track. Would you?
No, definitely not. But I mean, yeah, it's all about that focus and not picking up penalties and being really fast and all the rest of the stuff that makes you a good driver, which is sadly, it's very hard to put the complete package together for a race. I mean, you have to be lucky as well. Luck's a big part of it, I've found. My luck in SLR Tier 3 has been absolutely terrible, but hopefully that'll I can break my bad luck streak tomorrow and get some decent points on the table. You too, Kebab.
Yeah, I've got 2 P11 finishes in Tier 3 at the moment. So it's yeah, I'm hoping to just get one more and take your P10. But yeah. Anyway, well, love you guys and leave yous. It's been an absolutely terrific race at the Hungary Ring, and yeah, until tomorrow, take care. Have a good evening.
Bye bye.